This is my 2013 Hyundai Veloster. My cruise control buttons stopped working on my steering wheel, and so I decided to figure out what might be wrong with it, but I couldn't find any good information on the internet, so this is what to do. Make sure to disconnect your battery so that the airbag doesn't deploy. These are the tools I'm using, but you can use whatever you have. You need some duct tape to line up your steering wheel, a knife to cut it, the clock spring, some framing tools, a 21mm Phillips head, and a T20 bit. You're going to want to stick a piece of duct tape back here behind this crack and make sure it's straight and kind of snug. And then you're going to cut just straight across with your knife. When you put the steering wheel back on, you'll want to line this up. Okay, to take off the airbag, which is this part right here, you have to take out these two T20 bolts, which are back there and back there. You want to make sure that the bolts come out of this airbag part, but they're not going to fall out of their little socket back there because they're locked in. But this part should come up. That's your airbag. And then if you just pull up this orange clip right here, it should come out just like that. Next, you're going to pull off this little clip here. And I guess you can unplug this white clip too. And you're gonna take off the steering wheel with your 21mm. Make sure you have the tape on here before this, so you know where to put your steering wheel back to. Okay, you usually have to give it a few hits on the side to get it off. It can also help to hit your steering wheel on the front a few times to get it off, but you'll feel it get loose. Then pull it off. And this is your clock spring here, but to get to it you have to take out these two screws and one down here. Once you get those screws out, just use your framing tool here to separate these two parts right here. And then the clock spring comes out from, you just pull a clip right here. There's one clip down on the bottom left too, and then one on top. You just lift all those up and it should come right out. There's two clips on the back. You just unclip the white one. And the yellow one's a little tricky. You kind of have to push down on this inside part in here. So that's what I use this for. You're just going to push down in here and slide that back. And then it should slide off. I ordered this clock spring off of eBay. It was 13 bucks in total. To put it back on, you just want to plug it back in. And I like to make sure these are cleaned out and this surface as well on these clips, so that the problem doesn't keep happening with your buttons on your steering wheel. So just clip it back on. And slide it on there and make sure all three of the clips snap on there. And then this blue thing should stay on there until you put the steering wheel back on so that it's lined up. Before you put the steering wheel back on, just hook this body piece back together. Just clips on the top here. And make sure this is locked so that you can put the steering wheel back on there. And put all the screws back in. So when you put your steering wheel back on, just put this airbag clip through this hole here. And when you slide it on, make sure the tape is lined up. It should look even on both sides. Okay, now you can remove this blue clip. You can plug in the white clip to the clock spring. And you can plug in this ground wire again. And then tighten the steering wheel back down with the 21mm bolt. Make sure the 21mm bolt is on there tight and everything's plugged back in. And just clip this airbag back in. Secure that orange clip back down. Make sure it's in there. And then make sure that you get both the T20 bolts back in there. And test out your steering wheel controls. They should work again.